If you are a musician or a teacher, or you just love music and you like to play your instrument every once in a while, or maybe you aren't even a musician, but you suffer from something called trigger finger, which I have made videos about that here on the channel, and maybe you are hesitant on getting the surgery or having carpal tunnel surgery. Like me, I've had surgery done twice on my hands. I was recently asked by a viewer, a fan, well, what do you do when you have your surgery lined up and you still aren't there yet? So I'm going to dive deep into that question today and my little solution for that. So first, let's get into the conversation. My name is Jonathan. This is a Cello Coach Talk, and we're going to talk about trigger finger and what you can do between now and your surgery date. Hey, Jonathan, I am sure you get questions a lot about this. Yeah, you could say. But did you ever get steroid shots for your trigger finger? I'm a banjo player currently touring. Cool. Pushing down on the banjo strings is significantly more difficult than pushing down on cello strings. More power to you, Taylor. And now I have more context, and so do you, on what's happening with our friend Taylor. They are in the early stages of trigger finger, which has been maintained with 2 steroid shots so far. But I am starting to feel it creeping back. So I'm curious if you can add any input on exercises or anything you have done to stave off the issues. I can't do surgeries until winter regardless because of our tour schedule. Cheers to you, Taylor Shuck. So I love this question because it really touches upon something that we as string players and musicians need to talk about, and it's the care of our hands. I've had surgery on my left hand, not once, but twice. Middle finger, trigger finger, which I fought for 2 years. My teacher also had that surgery done for 2 of his digits, and also carpal tunnel release surgery as well. Both of those have been well documented here on the channel. Feel free to check those out if you so wish. But I'm here to talk about what you do in between. If you're to the point of a locking digit over time and you're a musician, you're going to need trigger finger surgery. But you have hope, and I'll get to that in a second, okay? There is hope. But let's talk about that temporary fix. Yes, you can get steroid shots, which I'm thinking about getting here on my right hand. Now, what am I wearing? I'm getting to these little things I'm wearing right now. But yes, I'm thinking about getting steroid shots here on my right middle finger. Why? I have trigger finger on this digit. I can't get it down because it causes far too much pain. Most likely, I'm going to start with steroid shots. So you can start with that first. And then if that works, you can maintain it if it's minor. I think I can maintain it for a bit. I know what it's like to have surgery done. It is invasive and it hurts and it takes like months to recover from. So until then, what I do on a daily basis is I wear these simple Amazon bought finger braces, and I wear them at night because you're probably waking up at night, and especially in the morning, and your fingers are locked up and you just, here we go, right here, these are the braces that I wear. This is what it is. It's a simple Velcro brace with a little metal piece right here. And you can buy them off Amazon for for like $5. There are tons of different styles. There's one with more foam around them with longer digits. So I use that when I sleep, especially for this left hand. I can't really sleep at all unless I have this brace on because I wake up in pain. So that is a problem with that. And I have, surprisingly, unfortunately, some sort of, slight inflammation of the tendon on my index finger now. So again, going to talk about that with the hand surgeon in the foreseeable future, which brings me to your question of what you can do to stave off these issues. Your life will be amplified by your instrument, whatever you play, whether it's a banjo or cello. So your personal life, what you do outside of the studio, off stage, this will all be amplified, be magnified by your art area, which in our case are string players. So you have to analyze what you're doing. Are you living your life with calmness and a soft approach? Are you going and opening doors, closing cabinets, driving your vehicle, riding your motorcycle with ease of touch? This is the best piece of advice I can give to you, because I had to do it for myself years ago when I had carpal tunnel both hands. And I realized I was opening things with a little bit more force than I needed to. I was gripping the steering wheel of the vehicle I was driving. I was opening gates and things, repeated motions that you don't think about time and time and time again, but they become amplified when you play cello. Remember that, because you're so aware of everything, so everything just gets magnified, just gets put on blast when your string instrument comes out and you start playing it. So that is something to seriously consider, is how you live your life outside of this studio that you're playing in, that you're working in, that you're having this wonderful musical journey in. That's most important. Analyze everything that you do. It's, for me, it's just minor things, is opening doors, opening cabinets, how my wrists and my hands were engaging with the world. This was quite possibly the most intriguing thing, because I discovered if I gently approached with a softer touch life in general, then I were to exasperate less my wrists. There is the answer of steroid shots. It is not a full fix, it's not a permanent fix, but it can be a pretty strong fix. So as Taylor Shuck has just offered us, it has worked for him, and he's a banjo player. Now, the natural approach to all of this, stretching, sauna, physical therapy, massages, all that stuff is absolutely great. Anything that brings more relaxation. But this is a tendonitis issue. So the only way you're going to solve a tendonitis issue, and the most natural way, is immobility. That's it. We're probably suffering more from these ailments than our predecessors. It wasn't a problem for them because they weren't tapping away and doing this stuff all the time. But we are doing that significantly more. And that also gets amplified here in the studio and on stage. Hope this video helps you. And for those of you out there who are new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.